month, right?
Yeah.
And it's the
October,
month,
like we say in French.
Hey.
October.
October, yeah. That one, you're right.
So where did you guys sleep yesterday?
September.
November. Well, for those ones, the French channel never got me.
Yeah,
As for that one, to add
yeah.
a bread to it,
Yeah.
I can do it.
Yeah. Simple.
So what did you say again?
September.
The previous month was what?
October. Which one? The one with
Last one.
September.
September.
Yeah.
Then what again?
October.
And
It
then
is up to August. That is the problem.
No, the December, you can't say December, right?
it's December.
Yeah,
December.
I'm saying it's up
okay.
to August. That is where the
Okay.
problem is. Once you
Okay.
enter September, we can all say it in French.
Yeah, and then the days of the week, December D, the
It is sad that we are surrounded by francophone countries.
Yeah.
And look, it is one of the things that pains me very
It's-
much.
But you are here saying September.
Yeah.
October.
You didn't
Because the
take
French teacher was wicked. I've told you before.
Yeah.
She
Why
made-
are they all like that?
She made me
Why
lose
is
interest.
every French teacher wicked?
She made
No,
me
I
lose
think it's a
interest.
question that must be
Yeah.
answered.
I
Why?
like-
It's like when they are killing you and you are crying, they think you are laughing.
Charlie,
I don't get it.
It's September.
September.
Not September.
September.
November.
November.
October.
Yeah.
October.
I know.
December.
I think it's the disrespect, honestly. The fact that we are surrounded by francophonie countries.
But we are part of the Francophonie.
Yeah, we have joined, but we joined on paper.
Yeah.
Indeed, we are very far behind.
Look.
It's disrespectful. They make the effort, the conscious effort.
The last time I was at the Togo border,
Yeah.
an immigration person seemed very annoying that
Yeah.
we don't make the effort. Look,
Yeah, we don't.
An average person in Togo
Yes.
can turn himself around
yeah.
with English
Yeah.
and still get things done.
Yeah.
But yes,
We don't. We are that lazy.
We don't make the effort.
We are so
I think
disrespectful.
we need-
Because
we need to devise a way
when
to-
you find yourself in the Francophone country,
Yeah.
and you go to the market, for instance, and you make the attempt, you're trying to
Yeah.
buy,
Yeah.
and then they notice that maybe you're struggling with the French,
Yeah.
and you try with a broken English.
Yeah.
They are able to
Oh, yeah,
assist
yeah,
you.
yeah.
This one,
Yeah.
you know, it's one
That's
in
true.
there, but then
That's
again,
true.
you notice that there is an effort to.
Of
But I
course.
think we are very comfortable with our English.
Yeah.
We feel that once we
Yeah,
can
you need to
speak
understand
with
us.
the-
And
That
I'm
is
sure you
the
know why.
arrogance of.
You know why? It's because of the world geopolitics.
Yeah.
See, the US, the UK, movers and shakers, they've compelled even the Dutch, the Germans, to abandon that clinginess with their language. The Germans,
Yeah,
oh,
they also
gosh.
don't give up their language.
But now they are embracing
more
English.
accommodating.
You get it? So I think, yes, I understand the fact that we are very arrogant and then we are disrespectful. We don't. No, I mean it. When it comes to that, we don't make the effort.
I share this.
We don't make
We
the
don't make the
effort.
effort.
But see, they have been compelled to join us because of the world geopolitics and how it plays out. You go to the Arab countries, and even they are more embracing of the English language because that's the only way they can come through. But the advantage is that if you can speak DS, then it offers you much more opportunity than the one who doesn't. It is what it is.
It is what it is, absolutely. Welcome once again to the Newspaper Review segment. Let's find out what the dailies are reporting today. It looks like this whole issue with regard to the protesters won't go away.
No, it
Because
won't.
yesterday we had some 34 CSOs also
Yeah.
adding their voices to it and
Yeah.
say that, look, we are our indices are dwindling with regard to how we are being rated by many of these rating agencies when it comes to democracy and free expression, among others, and therefore we need to take a pause and assess what is happening at the moment. And I think one of them, they said we are being our ranking has been labeled as there's obstruction, where people are not really allowed to express themselves freely. Yes, we definitely admit that there will be excesses from time to time with some of these demonstrations and all. But I think the loud, the unanimous position so far from the various institutions that have added their voices to this is that, yes, we admit that there will be excesses, but I think that in dealing with the excesses, we must equally follow the law.
Yes.
And so that is where the issue is. We hope that there is some resolution to it eventually.
Yes, and yesterday I was quite heartbroken to find out the position of the state when an attempt was made to secure bail for these remanded activists. That the AG or the state went to court and said it needed time to study the filings, right? And the court also said, okay, we are ready, but if you say you need time to go through the application, the documents, everything, then 2 days. Who are we kidding?
You see, it is unfortunate, but those are the AG's department can't think that way.
Yeah.
It is the courts that I expect.
Yeah.
Well, as for politicians, of course, the AG is a politician. You can't tell me he's not. He is a politician. As a politician, they'll do things that pleases their base. So it is fine.
Yeah.
But we expect the courts to be the neutral arbiter to ensure that there's fairness and justice.
In this country, the system we've been running, people, whenever the AG makes a case, most likely the woman or the man on the bench will say, okay, so if this is what the state wants, let me lean towards that. Hardly do you see the state or the bench say no to what the AG say, because the AG is saying that I'm asking for time. Is it that you don't want the state to build this case? If you say that you don't give me the 2 days, right? It will have to take a very, let me choose my adjectives well. It's not easy to get somebody to say that, let me swim against the tide in this regard. Yeah. That's why we shouldn't be making these applications that on the face value, I think there's just, okay, you know what, we might not jail you after the case is dealt with. But in between the time, let's keep you in there.
There's this legal phrase, and I can't quote it exactly, but the main point is that, look, sometimes it is better to let 100 criminals go free
than to
detain an innocent person.
That's true. That's true.
So what we are doing to the people, almost how many weeks now? They spent 1 week.
They spent 1 week.
Or almost 1 week.
Almost. I think they were picked up on was it Saturday?
Some were picked up on
the main arrest took place on
Sunday.
On Sunday, because the protest started on Saturday. Saturday was 21st September.
Yeah.
So, but then the first day there were no arrests.
Yeah.
And then the second day, the arrests were effected.
And I'm told there was somebody who was not part of the protesters.
Look,
but decided to go visit.
Supplying them with
and he got arrested. And then we're told
the La Russell posted that.
And we were told the woman, when people said some 65-year-old had been arrested, I saw post that no woman like that has been arrested. They escorted her to pick an Uber. And now we are told that she's the reason why the police had to ask for more time for these people to be remanded, because when she was granted bail, she never returned. Do you grant bail to somebody you never arrested?
We're told.
Yeah.
That and also, but Uber is Uber a taxi that take the person to a station? I don't understand. Uber. If you want to pick Uber, do you go and stand by the roadside?
There's Uber station.
It doesn't make sense. If indeed we want to get ride-hailing services, must you have look?
Oh, so they had requested for.
So they were taking her to a bus stop.
No, wait. They had requested a ride, and the ride was at the bus stop. So they were escorting her.
Okay. And in the process, they have to grant her bail.
In this country.
In the process, they have to grant her bail. She never came back.
Police can grant bail.
Yeah, it's called self-cognizant bail. We hear you.
So please.
And the woman is also, she's very popular.
He said she's a serial demonstrator.
Yes, she's the Bernard Monawa.
People think they are fly race. Like I was saying yesterday, these people, they
fly race to where?
Look, it's
I
just look, it's enough. 5 or so or 4 days. Look, it's enough.
Look at this issue. The former Maslog boss said in Amatune.
They say they found her.
They found her.
No, they say they know where she is.
They found her. They know where she is.
I can know where you are, but
we all know she's in America. But
tell me how. This is a highly politically exposed person. I am not saying she's guilty, but look at the approach.
No, but the court says she's guilty. So
okay, yes. Forgive me. How did I even forget? My point is that look at the approach. I dare say if it were one of these, if I can call them flies, what the approach that would have been used.
Look.
The whole
family
trial
members would have been harassed.
The whole trial has gone on. It is recently they said they have spotted her somewhere. They're 8 years. I beg you.
This
one, Woyome's money. Wasn't this a major campaign
Yeah,
issue?
it was.
Has he finished paying it?
They took his house. I don't know whether the house has been
Has
sold.
it
They took his house.
Have you seen that the noise is no more there?
Oh yeah. OUMA is no longer a campaign message, right? Yeah. No,
Yeah.
usually those things are seasonal. When party changes hands,
No, why
trust
is it
me,
that
you hear some of them.
why is it that the most important things
Again. Yeah, they are not
we
important. to us.
trivialize with politics?
Yeah.
We don't see the same energy, but then the people who are seemingly harmless
Yeah.
are the ones we go after, and it's the reason some people always lean towards the belief that
Yeah.
the law only works on the poor
Yeah.
or the people who are not connected to powerful people.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Daily Graphic newspaper front page: Alan promises to audit mining licenses. Is on the story is on page 13. Also here, Springfield secures rig to appraise Afina oil field and get licensed or shut down. Trade Minister directs cement producers. Hey, the minister, and this is Wala with
the airline, the
I
famous.
say he's got
I
it's
was,
bad.
I was about buying cement and I heard him in my engagement with him. He said, "No, Charlie, with the airline maturing, cement prices will come down." And I said, "Okay, let me hold on."
Is this
It's demand and it's going up.
Is it that
And
the airline is not
number one
maturing?
market player. In fact, the day that the airline was maturing, the number one market player had increased. Hey, Charlie.
Anyway.
The back page: GFA to invest 2.8 million World Cup earnings in 40-bed accommodation.
Don't think about where they will play the ball. Yeah, think about where they will sleep.
No, when they sleep and they wake up, before they think about it.
Okay.
First sleep first.
Okay.
Yeah, rest is very important.
GFA.
You can't sleep on the pitch.
GFA justifies 100,000 cedis bonus payout. Okay. Money issues can really get us worked up in this country. So let me just bring you the details. It says here, a member of the Executive Council of the Ghana Football Association, Randy Abbey, has staunchly defended the decision to pay $100,000 to each member of the Black Stars Management Committee following the team's participation in the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. Speaking before the Youth and Sports Committee in Parliament yesterday, Mr. Abe argued that the payment was justified given that none of the 5 management committee members received any monthly or certain allowances for their services. In his view, bonuses were paid whenever success was achieved and held that it was right that the committee members should also be rewarded. Quote, bonuses are only paid when success is achieved, he asserted. We believe that those responsible for driving success should be duly rewarded. Therefore, we identified those who contributed to our achievements and compensated them accordingly. What's it?
That's what the way
Speak, lift your mic and speak.
So the one, okay, so near Oputabo Mono. And when Tise would the bomubi to it. So like
Hey.
you've worked hard, right? Right.
Yes.
And there is something that has emanated from the hard work. It's not a crime for you to dip your hand in there and also enjoy some. So
More like
so-
you should benefit from your labor.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So the laborer deserves his wages.
Okay.
That's what they are being saying.
Oh, that's fine. 100,000. Wait, 22. Where did we get to?
No, it's a qualification. World Cup, no, we didn't go anywhere. We exited from the group stage, but at least the effort got us to qualify.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now you know.
It's sad though. Like anyway.
It is what it is.
Then
Done.
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
So beginning times this morning.
I'm done.
Naturally. Forest conservation.
And they say we've gotten some money bid for forest conservation. Can you
30
believe it?
$30 million.
But you guys, if you
Wait,
had,
Charlie.
if I don't know why, if you had waited, if you had just told me like 2 days ago, I could have taken the money from Dubai when I was coming.
So don't they monitor news? Don't they know what is going on? Don't they know that we are allowing people to mine in our forest reserves?
Listen.
Don't they know?
Relax.
Yeah.
Our gold exports has increased, and it has switched from Switzerland to the UAE
Yeah.
as the place we mostly export to now.
Good, yeah.
And this is funny because I mean, this whole thing about the forest conservation is funny because someone had said that we will destroy our environment and then eventually we'll go and I think it was Professor Bokpin. We were speaking to him and he was saying that we'll finish destroying the environment and then later on we'll say that we have signed a deal with the IMF to give us some millions of dollars to, you know,
reclaim lands and plant
conserve
trees and
our
all
forest.
those things.
You know, we are. Proceed.
It is what it is. So forest conservation. Maybe this 30 million is to be used to repeal the LI. That allows for mining.
You have what do you need money for forest conservation? Why do you need money for forest conservation when you are actively participating in the destruction of your forest? It does not make sense.
You must fix it. But if it's not broken, don't fix it. This one we are breaking it so we can fix it.
Now imagine this money was being channeled into hard to reach areas where we are constructing their roads. We are giving them health facilities. We are giving them better school infrastructure so that teachers will not reject posting. Because tell me how in this day and age, 2024, there are schools in Ghana where there is no structure, actually. There's no structure for them to use.
So
some of them, they are made of mud and thatch.
Yeah.
And even with that, you can see that termites have invaded the place and there is nothing proper.
No proper restroom. How do you expect somebody who has lived in the city all his life or her life?
And we've got to take money for this. So when we could have actively been preserving the forest and use this money in other developmental areas.
Okay. So yeah, I think this on the back of the Galamsey issues and whatnot.
Stop the Galamsey. Stop the Galamsey.
Afforestation is a program we've embarked on since time.
We have been doing
planting of.
We never needed somebody to give us $30 million.
Oh no, they've been external support. They've been external funding.
Ibrahim,
but I'm sure it's the timing. The Ferrari is because of
it's not
the
really,
period we find ourselves in.
It's not just about
It's like
the
the truth is that we are begging for everything,
Yes.
including things that we had and we destroyed.
Yes,
That is the
Like,
problem.
how do you destroy your own house and then you go and say, "Oh, I'm appealing for funds to reconstruct the house," when you
cement
destroyed
and
it
blocks
yourself?
Yeah, that's true. Maybe now you want better quality building material.
Look,
So you
for the
destroy your
first
own
time,
house.
for the first time, I don't want to hear from the lands minister and the people. I want to hear from those who made the donation.
That's
That is where my interest
that's
is.
very true. But you see, you guys are not paying attention to how much of stability this one will bring to our city. You see, look at the brighter side. Look at the brighter side.
Is it what, 30 million?
$30 million.
After we've
But
signed 50 something
No,
million.
don't look down on 30 million.
No, but we've
I'm
signed
not
50.
looking down.
No, I get
I am looking at
The
how-
government is making us look
Yes.
down on it because if you can use 50 something million to dig hole, why would you look down on 30 million?
Charlie, but you guys, you know, one of the things that really triggers me, the cathedral thing.
Yeah.
It really triggers. When I look at it, it just epitomizes the lawlessness in the state. Because tell me how someone can sink in this much money into a hole, and the person is walking free. The person has the nerve to talk back at us, you know, and criticize some of the things we do.
So you want the president arrested?
No, at the moment he has immunity.
Yeah.
But the point is that there has to be some consequences
I get you.
for wasting the state's money. And I think that is what kind of gives our leaders the leeway to act the way they are, because there are no consequences for whatever they do. Because this cathedral thing, when it was started, what didn't people say? When you talk about it and they say you are anti-Christo, it's not about being anti-Christo. It is about reality. Imagine that money was used to expand and better refurbish, better equip Kolebu. Imagine, we would all benefit from it. Anyway.
Are you done?
No, I'm not done. There should be.
Oh, you're not starting.
Guys are done, so I can move on. Right?
There are no
one
consequences
headline.
for anything.
One headline: Forest conservation.
Please don't start again. We'll go back because
$30 million UAE grant and a resilient Ghana package to achieve biodiversity and climate objectives. For the first time, because of how huge the money is, an Arabian lady is shaking the hand of a man.
Oh, it's not allowed.
No,
then?
it's not allowed. It's
Okay. I
haram.
didn't
Oh,
know
but
that.
UAE said they are liberal small.
They are liberal.
American Muslims.
They are not American Muslims, but they are quite liberal,
They are
aren't they?
Dubai Muslims.
So
No, it's not allowed. It's not allowed.
but
It's not
I've
allowed
been
for a
shaking your
lady.
hand.
Yeah, I consider you. I consider you. Imagine you stretching your hand and me saying,
I'm thinking my mind back, and I think having even the Muslims, the females in the office.
Yeah.
I don't think
They don't
shook any
shake.
of them.
We don't shake. We don't shake.
Anyway.
Ladies don't shake us. So when we shake you, we've considered you. In fact, you're actually sending us to hell.
That
But
people
anyway, what
hug.
can we do?
Hug.
That's worse.
But
I mean, I see people want it.
You are sending me to hell, but what can we do?
Oh my goodness. Can you imagine?
Housing deficit. Government announces plans to tackle it. Outlines each priority areas to drive deficit down. NLA to embark on crusade to raid lottery industry of unlicensed practitioners. Comes with a picture of Gary Nimakum. Yes, that is it for the Ghanaian Times this morning.
All right, Daily Guide. Samira campaigns for Baomia in Akwitia. Haptel or the bank's false ECG contract claims. Details are on page 6 of the Daily Guide. And Ghana secures.
It's good they've responded because we are very quick to use sensationalism to bury indigenous companies and whatever. Right? So we told ECG saying we paid this. But that's not how the amount of money the company received. Yeah, so it's good for clarity.
This one is a GBC situation.
Oh, but thank God, nothing happened to Professor.
Why lucky?
Yeah, but anyway, that could be the reason why the military is leaving?
Yeah, but why?
Oh, then why you are still asking? But I think that you see, and we were having this conversation.
I think yesterday.
Those days are gone. Those days when if you want to do cool. All you need to do is go to GBC and announce that you have taken hold of the place and you've seized the place. Oh no!
So why were they withdrawn?
I think it's a waste of resources. To be honest with you, it's a waste of resources. When you go there, they are heavily deployed.
Really?
Well, yes, heavily deployed with their weapons and everything. Right. But now, the military hierarchy has announced that they are withdrawing from there. It's a civilian installation. It's not supposed to be a security installation.
Okay, I disagree because of the proximity. If you look at where the flags are for Jubilee House, depending on who is in power,
then
refers to that place.
Deploy to Addis
and GBC.
Then they should deploy to Addis Ababa.
Okay.
No, there's a gate from GBC.
No, I get that. No, it's not straight.
So is that the ones that
there's a road?
But it is straight.
So wait, so are those the ones they are withdrawing?
Yeah, the ones stationed at the GBC.
GBC. So.
You know, there are some at the main entrance.
Yeah, then there's some inside too.
They are
GBC is quite.
But why?
Anyway,
they've been there for this long while.
From 70, we're told from 70 something.
Yes, you see, they were deployed there, like I said, for a purpose. Now nobody will do cool. Nobody wants to do cool. And if you want
but then they
cool,
shouldn't send military to the election grounds too.
So okay, no.
Now that they are withdrawing them, they should just let them
go to the barracks
and just be on standby. If the situation is out of hands, then maybe they can step in. Anyway, Ghana secures $30 million to protect forest. Ebri girl's headmistress, and yesterday, you mentioned this. Ebri girl's headmistress dies in Italy, and Seglimi housing project begins in November. Kojo Ponkruma is giving this assurance. Details on page 3, back page of the Daily Guide newspaper. Simeone slam fans for stopping Madrid derby, and Accra 2023 games. LOC clarifies expenditure. And last one here at the back page, Accra Intercity Homoho Marathon attracts thousands. And Ten Hag, this is so sad news to me. Ten Hag going nowhere.
No. Oh no, but you see, no.
We are stuck with him.
Yeah, but that's a problem. At least he must go somewhere. From the position that you guys are, he must go somewhere. Because if he's going nowhere,
you don't hit a man when he's down. I mean,
but what did you think?
At least the Geneva Convention should apply to us United France.
What did you think he was going to say? This guy.
Please, you forgive us. At least consider our age.
And some exciting news that there will be a live telecast of the IPAC meeting.
Yes. So refreshing to hear.
It's good for us news people too. We will give them. I mean, we'll gladly let the people listen.
Yeah.
Do you know that radio remains one of the means through which people hear news?
Everything.
Because it's the most affordable means.
True.
Yes. So when they start,
it's the most
we will carry it live.
We will. we will. Why not? I'm told 9:30, but I hope the 9:30 is not the Ghana man's 9:30.
Yeah, because yes, but EC is not time conscious.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've noticed about them.
Yeah, so the
They'll say
advertised
9
time is 9.
Yes,
but-
But the issue is
they'll
even
end
at
up.
2 a.m. There's another statement.
Charlie, they don't sleep already. There.
See, even this one,
24-hour
the
economy.
first announcement was 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Then the revised one,
yeah.
9 a.m.
But I'm told the last one is 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Somebody said they are already living the 24-hour economy.
Yes,
So
they work.
2 a.m., 1
They
a.m.
work.
Because you remember the last time they responded to the NDC at
Yeah,
1.
yeah.
No, but one thing I've noticed about them is that they are not active. They are not time conscious.
Yeah.
A lot of the times when they advertise a time,
Yeah.
they are
Yeah.
usually an hour or
They can
2
move you to
weeks.
4 p.m. from 11,
Yeah. Yeah.
So we
We just
beg
hope
them.
that, yeah.
We
Because
beg
it will be
them
They
because-
can, they can limit that one to the announcement of the election.
But this one is
But this
crucial.
one, yeah, this one, yeah.
Especially when media houses have commercial interests and they
Absolutely.
want to
Yeah.
pause
Absolutely.
and carry your thing live. I think
Yeah.
they should
Yes.
consider
See,
us.
sometimes they can be swerving. You see, the announcement of election results, they are set up the conference center.
And then Pagam.
And then they say they were waiting.
And I said,
before the media people realize, Charlie, the EC was on TV announcing. They say, hey, what's this? Say,
The New Crusading Guide newspaper, front page, bring your evidence to IPAC summit. EC tells NDC and stakeholders. Ghana's mission in New York must be adequately resourced.
Oh.
And what's the problem there?
I think we should send them Western Union.
Is this the best photo they could get of Ayoko Buchi? Ayoko Buchi has more beautiful pictures than this. Please,
yes.
Crusading Guide, do better.
Yeah.
Government finalizing negotiations on Sanglemi. I don't know where Sanglemi. Please, you come from Pram
He
Pram.
lives closer to the place. Very
Yes.
Sangaleme is
You have been
Sangaleme.
covering Pram Pram for God knows how long. You don't know the correct pronunciation.
Sometimes people in Accra think that, like, when I walk now, I mean, I was to police.
Yeah,
You know, even
yeah, Togoli, yeah.
even from
And that one, that's right.
Hey,
No, the
that
thing
is-
is that Pram Pram is his playgrounds.
Yeah, that's
Do you know? Do you understand? So he would know. Ningo Pram Pram, you would know.
okay.
So please find out for me.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I hear you, boss.
Snip drivers self-employed. Snip drivers self-employed enrollment in Takwa. Okay, I think it's something.
Okay, Snake drives.
I was saying drivers. Can you imagine? Snip drives self-employment enrollment in Takwa. Okay, that's a good one. So that once you are employed, you are your own boss.
Yeah.
But you make
Pay
time
for
to set some money aside
That's true.
and for your retirement.
Pay the tier 2 and the tier 3 too.
Yes.
Yeah.
National Security Minister debunks illegal mining allegation, and police nab Nigerian, Togolese land guards at Chirematinville.
The story comes up every now. and
Hey.
then. Yeah.
So
You know
have
Labour-
we
you know
become
Labour-
this porous
Yeah.
that non-Ghanaians are even engaging in
Yeah.
land guardism?
Oh yeah. I know. I went to, what's the name? Adenta Commando. There was this waterside, beautiful structure. I inquired and I was told the owner was no Ghanaian. And I looked at it and I said, wow, which country? Can you go
Tell
to
me
as a
how.
Ghanaian? All right. And I don't know, Charlie. It is what it is. We are liberal to fault, right?
No, I think that we are. There are too many loopholes.
Yeah.
There are too many loose ends in this
Yeah.
country, such
Yeah.
that even products, people
Yeah.
can bring in products that are unlicensed, they are selling for free,
Yeah.
and nothing will happen until maybe there's a major issue.
Yeah. In Rwanda, if you are not a citizen, you cannot own a land. No, you can't.
Well,
It's a law and it's spelled out in the law.
yeah, the loopholes
You
and
are-
also
yeah, the-
greed. Look,
Yeah.
there are areas in Ghana that Ghanaians struggle to even rent
Oh yeah.
places.
Yeah.
That's true.
They've been crowded out.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have a lot of foreigners.
Yeah.
Because the foreigners are willing to pay more.
They have the money.
Yeah.
Because our neighbors.
But
they
you see,
come, yeah, bring the
But
dollars.
that's where laws must apply.
Yeah.
Look, if you don't take time, look, some years to come, at the heart of Accra,
Not some years to come.
It
It's
is
here.
happening.
we are going to have Ghanaians moving from other places like where I
Yeah.
live, coming to Accra,
It's
and
here.
other nationals
It's here.
living in Accra. So when the president says "Cho boy,"
Yeah.
that they don't understand what the leader is calling them to come and do.
Yeah, so you see,
Anyway.
Oh,
the
Lord.
only, if there is any respite, right, or solace, is the fact that they are, at least the foreigners are not competing with the politicians, right, in owning those plus properties. So at least politicians are taking one for the team for us.
See, their properties, they end up renting it
To the foreigners.
So it's the
as
same
well.
thing.
Yeah, so more.
Anyway.
Anyway, Daily Dispatch this morning bring along evidence and data on issues about voters registered to today's meeting, EC parties. So the live telecast that NDC has been calling for has now been offered. So whatever the NDC presented to the EC could be presented today before the cameras for all of us to see.
Yeah.
I think that's a good initiative. Yeah, that's a good initiative. So you can point the loopholes. The ECs will come and tell us how those loopholes are being addressed, right? Yeah. I think it's great.
It's simple. Yeah. And I think it aids in the whole transparency process, so that if it is NDC that is making
Trying
a mountain out of a molehill,
Yeah.
I think it will be sorted, because in the end, really, it is in the it favors the electoral commission more.
That's the point.
If it turns out that these people were just blowing hot air, it will be proven that, oh, EC, you have done your part.
That's true.
You
That's
know,
true.
so
And people were saying, oh, these things were blah blah are not working. These things are not working. See, have you seen Bossman Asari go on a marathon of defense
Interviews.
and explanation? Right. That's the point.
Yeah.
You see, day in, day out, as these allegations are made, and with civil society groups and players joining, your credibility is dented one way or the other. And that's what is ingrained on the minds of the people. So when we sit here and tell you that, in fact, we got people send us messages that they check and where they vote, their polling stations have been moved without their knowledge. And so imagine on election day, if you have not checked, you go there, you are holding your ID card. They tell you cannot vote here.
And you know, sometimes there are people who say, oh, let me wait, let me relax. There's so much, the queue is too long.
Yeah.
Let me go around 2 p.m. to go and vote. Imagine you get there and you
Yeah.
now have to go and look for your right center. I mean, that's going to be a challenge.
That's the thing.
That's
I'm
going to
talking
be a challenge.
about how laws in Ghana don't work. As Simon again, the dean of the parliamentary press corps, just sent us a test. Even salt, we import salt into this country, even though we have Adan, the Songo, of course, salt factories there. In fact,
Electrochem and all.
Electrochem and what have you? We've been told
You know,
Adan salt, and then we came and said it will give you goiter. That was the only thing we did. When we could have taken that salt, add the iodine, ourselves, and then
Look, even with the iodine, there are other nutritionists and scientists who say you can get iodine from other
sources
not necessarily
to
just
balance it.
So, but we all went as if you don't have a certain kind of salt in your meal, you are going to get goiter.
then again,
And here we are.
Then again, you will see in certain advertisements, for instance, or certain chefs, they would advertise to you authentic. They will tell you authentic sea salt.
Yeah, without additives.
They'll tell you pink salt.
Yeah,
All these things.
yeah.
It said it's in natural form, no preservatives, nothing. Do you understand? So, I mean, we equally have to see beyond the veil. I think that as a country, we don't like to do the hard work.
No.
We like the cheap side.
No.
So even when it comes to movies, when we have to invest, we will not invest. We'll look for the cheap side.
Yeah.
We'll go and buy one of those Malaysian series,
Filipino.
translate it Filipino, translate it to Chi.
Yeah,
And
give
then
them local names.
Yes.
Kwadabraka.
Now, look, you guys, it's going to get worse because now the Iranians are also seeking to enter our movie market.
Yeah.
Just
And
imagine
they're good
their
at that.
movies.
They're very good at that.
If their
In
movies
fact,
and now we'll
We were
have.
talking about how UAE is liberal.
Yeah.
The Iranians are very, very liberal too when it comes to Islam. Okay, so finally, Niz has sent this to you now. He says I should read this to now. Okay, so I'm reading as he came. Good morning. Read this to now.
Okay.
So Niz, I'm doing that from Takrade. Tell now, whenever she goes on her beautiful tirade against the nonsense happening in Ghana, it makes me laugh her more. She should always speak truth to power. And he says good morning. So
Good morning,
Niz
Nez.
says
Good morning.
Yeah. So the other headlines here.
I thought you were
From the
done.
Daily Dispatch, no. Akufo-Addo's daughters are not involved in Galamsey Lands Ministry. Hooray. And I'm sure that should put this to rest, right? My results-oriented nature will complement Baumia. Napo, yay.
And Napo.
Napo is results oriented, and that will be complementary to the ticket.
Yeah.
He says, democracy have the more police exhibited high levels of professionalism. DDA president, so now the back stops with the judicial system, right? After the police, they did the arrest. And I'm told that they kept some of them beyond the 48-hour mandatory days, and they've apologized. Oh, what a beautiful country.
Me
The police
apologize.
have apologized.
Me apologize.
They give them papaya.
Yeah, and papai. Paye. No, I don't know why they wrote papai. They should have written paye. Or now you Gen Zs, you call it. Because when we were growing up, it was
But
paye.
I'm not a Gen Z. You can ask the young man.
Oh, okay. And the young man here is the Methuselah. The Methuselah.
You are called
Mutala.
Mutala Ejezi.
It's Gen Z at heart. I mean,
Mutala is actually a parent of the Gen Z.
how can you say it?
Behave. Yes. Kindly go ahead. They say you are Gen Z.
Even President Mahama says that.
You are Gen Z.
Eh.
It's in the mind.
It's in the mind.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's in the mind.
I got to know about his Gen Z daughter during the school selection.
The placement. He was actually kept with them.
He needed to change
Yes.
placement, and
Yes.
we had to help him
Yeah,
as
that's
friends.
the
I mean,
point.
If I have a lot of daughters, that is the one.
Daughters of Glorious.
baby, no, I have you.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hey.
So
If stubborn was a person,
that would
it will be
people.
you.
Yeah, so that's it for, and then of course, this is part we always advertise for Frank Esidu Bakwe. Protozua. Yeah, Protozua for
Why?
Suhum for Protozua.
Is it related to him?
No, he pay money.
Okay.
But I've seen this in business.
When you say that he will always advertise
yeah, but I
for
always
him,
see him here.
then it means that he's
He has
just
paid more.
I mean,
Yes,
it's a business.
That's the point.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
The way you say you always
as long as the payment
Once
is
it's,
paid.
yes, if the payment is
Yeah.
guaranteed,
So if you pay tomorrow, for instance, your picture could be here.
pay
That's
for
it.
what?
but we don't know whether you have political
Yeah,
ambitions
what
or
should we,
not.
what would we be vying for her on her behalf?
Maybe
Madam
So
President,
hey,
Hey,
it's not something that
I
it's
said that,
supposed to be,
Madam President.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's
But we are
not
not there yet.
Who said
But
you're
we-
not there?
but look at your age won't allow
Yes.
you. Unless you want to break the law.
We can't help you. to
Leave you
engage
alone.
in legality.
I'll be there
So
soon.
We'll give you the Jachikwesin treatment if you do that.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm coming to rescue Ghana.
That's true.
Give me.
I've heard that before. Oh yeah, our good friend.
So that is it for daily dispatch.
All right, the Insight newspaper. Let's do a bit of international politics.
Yeah.
Pan-Africanism today condemns attempted assassination of Swaziland's Pudemo. Also, whistleblower drags Takwa police officers to charge PIPs for alleged bribery and unlawful detention of suspects in cell for over, I guess what, 100 hours.
Oh.
Yeah, people are crying about 48 hours. In the hinterland, they are keeping people for 100 hours. 100 hours will be how many days?
That's to just make it
24,
into the
24, 24.
Guinness World Record.
Okay, anyway. Alan slams arrest of Democracy Hub protesters, demands their immediate release. And Totobi Kwache warns EC and MPP against Reagan machinations in December polls. And Alan vows to end Galamsey menace with ambitious and stringent 10-point plan.
Yeah.
So we need to read the 10-point plans. Government needs to read it actually to
Yeah,
implement it
anytime.
because they will hold the power
Yeah.
now. In the next 3 months, they will, or how many? Two.
Yeah.
Because 7 December.
So, 7th October, it will be exactly 2 months to the election.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know our election, even though you hand over in January,
Yeah.
after 9th,
Oh, you are gone.
once there's a president elect, everybody
You are gone.
gravitates towards that individual.
And we lived it. We lived it in the 2016.
Yeah.
After the 2016 election,
Yeah.
where, in fact, the president was still the president. But whatever he said,
That was a
virtually valueless.
lame duck.
Nobody cares. Nobody
Yeah.
cares.
That is true lame duck.
Yeah. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Are you done with your paper?
I am.
The Daily Statesman newspaper is the final one I have here. Front page, more homes for public servants.
Hooray.
Over 600 new homes under construction. And it has a picture of Kojo Oponkruma, the Minister of Works and Housing. And 30 million UAE grant for forest conservation. This money is sitting pretty in somebody's account. Really?
It's strengthening the
'Cause-
city.
Say what?
It's strengthening the city.
So soon the city will appreciate the dollar.
Yeah.
I just hope that indeed our forests are conserved. Because if we intend to conserve forests, we will not be declassifying the few ones we
I
have.
think on our own, we should be planting trees. So planting.
But we've been doing that.
Do you have a tree?
I have 2 trees.
Speaking
I have
of
mango
trees.
tree, I have coconut.
Yes, I have. There's a mango tree in my house.
Oh, I'll bring you coconut.
then-
is too big.
Did you plant it?
Yes, we planted it.
But if there's a tree already, why?
We have a mango tree.
Okay.
There's coconuts as
Yeah.
well. The coconut has gone high up, so we can't pluck it.
Oh, you need
So it
somebody
falls
to do
in
that.
somebody's house. They can
It
see you
doesn't.
fall.
No, it doesn't fall in somebody's house,
Okay.
but we just.
You
can't
need
pluck
somebody, yeah, an expert to do that for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mutala can do that.
it.
Mutala can do a
Yeah.
lot.
Oh no. Haven't you
Then-
seen him on his cocoa farm?
Why is that when we say something about Mutala, you doubt us? Have you seen him on his cocoa farm?
No, there are certain things you can't take it away
From you.
It's part of
Yeah.
It's part
Yeah.
of it. And
The guy knows coconut and he cracks.
we put it sometimes overbearing.
but I know that you are very accommodating. So these are the excesses of the job.
No, I have time for that.
I will take them. I will take them
I
to
have
court.
time for that.
This is a good exercise. Other exercises, people are.
You people, if you misbehave, I'll let them remind you.
Hey.
Yes. So
So-
Mutala is actually a judge by association.
Yes. Mutala.
That was a good one.
Mutala. When I effect the arrest, remind them.
Alternative dispute resolution. He can be adjudicating cases in Ungwa small place.
You know why? You will face Mutala will remind
But,
you.
He's our in-house
when
lawyer.
you talk of ADR, I think
Yeah.
it's something that we all must consider.
Yeah, I think it's something that the CJ advocates for seriously.
Of course,
Yes,
So
because the best
because
lawyers are
of-
not always. It's not
because
about.
of
They
that-
will always advise you not
Because
to.
of
go
that,
to
in the
court.
whole year, we have 3 terms for ADR.
Wow.
Here to resolve cases.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very important.
Initiative, yes.
Very, very important.
Very effective, fast, and inexpensive.
Just
Yeah.
agree on something, bring it to the judge. The judge then will certify the agreement and that
Becomes law.
Yeah. By the way, we're not done with the trees.
I was
The trees were growing. It's like hunger alleviation strategy. And we are not talking about those trees. So trees that will give you food.
New tree. It will break our building.
Let me tell you a personal concern I have. You know that the state plants trees in different parts of the city.
Yeah.
So when I was growing up in Dansoman, the control all the way down to last stop to Agege, the place was lined up with trees.
Avenue trees.
At least I can recall correctly, at least from 7th grades.
Yeah.
From that 7th grade and from that Emmanuel Presby. Those are Emmanuel Presby. There's a Methodist. There's a church. There's a church around it. Emmanuel Presby is far ahead.
I think there's a church there, but
No,
Presby.
but because he doesn't remember.
Sorry about
No,
that.
Emmanuel Presby is rather around Alpha Beta. So this one is one of the other. Is it Presby or Methodist?
Yeah.
It's confused me, but yes, around that side, around the 7th grade, that whole stretch all the way to Starr of the Sea, trees have been planted there. And I noticed that when people are putting up, as we advance, people would break down buildings and then so for instance at Kofi Nyama, there's a huge building that has been put up.
Yeah.
There were some trees in front of it that the state planted and they cut it out.
Wow.
And also somewhere around Kukumpi as well, there was a huge tree that was planted.
Yeah.
The people have built a huge edifice for stores, and they cut the trees. And I ask myself, what kind of processes do they go through to cut? Because the trees were planted for a purpose. And if everybody goes around cutting each and every one of those, what will be left? And you notice that when you're walking in areas where there are trees, the
temperature is even different.
the ambience is different.
Yeah. It's a sight to behold.
It's the feeling is different, but then again, people
Accra is
out of
becoming a concrete
on their
jungle.
own, they just cut down the trees and they will just build their things.
That's true. But you see, that you have to lay the blame squarely at the doorstep
At the
of
assemblies.
because they are town and country planning officers who are supposed to ensure that if these trees are avenue trees
Yes.
and they are planted by the state, they are kept there, parks and gardens.
If
They'll tell you
there's
that
one
if-
assembly I'll comment, it is that it's TMA and TDC.
No, for that one, they just
Look.
say thank you to Nkrumah. Right?
Look, you
Because
can't.
the plan
When we
was
used to
laid
live
out.
at community aid cooperative, even there are areas that you can put up high-rise building.
Yeah.
That is it. Short. If you want high-rise building, there's
You
another
move
lane
from
for
there.
that. There are certain trees you can't touch. It
Yeah.
can be in your house.
Yeah.
You can't do anything about
anything.
it.
That's how it
At the end, still
It's
you
still
go
like
and
that.
yeah,
It's
that
all
one the
about
TMA and
enforcement.
TDC have done well.
It's all about enforcement anyway.
And you talk about Kofi Annan. So Kofi Annan is in front of the church that you were looking for the name, or is it in front of the church? If it's in front of the church, that will be Catholic church.
No.
What do you do, Kofi Annan?
Hey. Ah. Small scale miners push for stakeholder dialogue over future of industry. Petitioner urges EC to reject NDC's candidates nomination forms.
Oh, really? Hey, is that
Which newspaper is that?
Daily Statesman. The story is on page 3.
Okay.
So
I hope it's not
a native of Amenfi Central, Jedu, Frimpong, has petitioned the Electoral Commission to reject the nomination forms of Joanna Kujo Jani
that one. Oh,
as the
NDC.
NDC.
Reject the nomination forms of Mahama.
I mean, that's what I also thought. And I was saying, hey, that is bold.
Oh, now the elections are over. Because there are many ways of winning an election. And this one, once you succeed with the petition, then
that will amount to a constitutional coup.
Final story, back page. Ireland record maiden T20 win over South Africa. GPL referees are paid 1,000 Ghana cedis. That's the Referees Association. And Michael Baidu scores 10th league goal as Elfsborg come from behind to beat Kalmar. And that's it for the Daily Statesman newspaper.
Ghanaians playing their trade in football abroad. Semenyo is on fire, man. Yesterday I watched him, Charlie. But he should be on fire when it comes to the Black Stars. The Chronicle is the final one I have. Democracy have the moon. Police acted with decency. Comes to the picture of the police and then a protester. I are having it.
But that's just one protester. How many? Okay, 2 protesters. How many?
Yeah, the protest must be very strong. You see,
Just 2 protesters. How many?
Charlie, the strength is in the head too.
But we did.
Hey, focus.
No, like.
Hey.
You wouldn't allow me to
Really?
baby. They bathe you with herbs,
Yes,
right?
that's true.
That's the
Focus.
Anyway,
Hey.
Otihene holds Grand Deba for 25th anniversary
Then they'll remind
on
us.
October 12th. Otihene has issued some warnings, you know that, right?
For-
So some Galamsey activities have taken place on his land, right?
On his land.
On his land. Not when he
I'm
said
sorry,
Ethiopia.
sorry. For a moment, I
Yeah.
thought like in his palace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
But I'm sorry that some people have that guy there.
Yeah. On the lands in his jurisdiction.
Absolutely.
Good, great.
Yeah.
And they are not reclaiming the lands. So Otihene says, no problem. I will reclaim the lands, but when I do, you lose ownership of these lands. I'll take them. Right, so that's a warning. So I'm sure that those families have now started reclaiming their land. Because if they don't do it on their own, Otihene will do it, and then they will lose ownership of those lands. Yes. This is the way to go.
All right.
Do
Are you done?
How you have lands there? Government increases teachers' allowance. Hey!
Alawa?
Government
Alawa?
increases teachers' CPD allowance. Wow, that's a beautiful
CPD
one.
stands for.
Let me give you the story, my dear. Okay, so the teachers are happy. I have many friends who are teachers. Charlie, you should be happy this morning. That's page 3 of the Chronicle newspaper. The government of Ghana, through the Ministry of Education, headed by Dr. Yawaduchum, I added that one, has announced a significant increase in the continuous professional development allowance for teachers across the country.
Oh, wow.
Now, in a statement issued by Kwesi Kwarteng, the spokesperson for the Ministry of Education, and released in Accra yesterday, he confirmed that the CPD allowance for professional and non-professional teachers in pre-tertiary schools has been revised with immediate effect.
Okay.
Now, he explained that the professional teachers will now receive an annual CPD allowance of 2,400 cedis.
First was.
Let me go. A considerable increase from the previous 1,200.
Oh, wow,
So
that's
they will
double.
give it- yeah,
Oh,
double.
That's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
That
That's
is
good.
impressive.
Beautiful. While non-professional teachers will see their allowance rise from 800 to 1,200. So they have taken the position of their previous occupants.
That's
Yes.
no wait.
1,200.
So wait.
That's
these
per year.
a year.
Oh.
Master, are you sure
Ah.
it's a year?
Yeah, it's
You thought it was every month?
Annual.
No,
No, that would have been much more than their salary.
Not really. What were you thinking?
2,400. That would be much more than their.
I'm sorry.
By the way, it's possible
You
that
collapse the
one's gonna be
economy.
higher than your
I am
salary.
sorry.
It's annual.
I'm sorry. I thought it was per month.
Okay, you need to create teachers.
This will be Chonlo or Checheni.
Don't you be happy to watch it?
And you will
I haven't expressed interest.
But did I express interest?
Oh, the way you're smiling and thinking it was
No, I was
monthly,
happy for them.
So at least teachers are happy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a year. Oh, 2,500 is small.
No, but you see, first of all, it's a year, but from 1,200 to 2,000.
If that's the case, like they should be paying.
But
them,
if you don't die,
no.
if you don't die before it comes.
if that's the case, they should be paying them 500 CDs a month.
Yeah,
Do you
and
understand?
That will make the 2,400 a year.
No.
No. If they pay them
more,
it will be 5, 12, what? 6,000.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hey,
Is it 6,000?
yeah. No, but that's the point. It's
Yeah,
huge money.
that's good.
That'll be 6,000.
Yeah, for the year. And I don't think government will be wrong.
Do you
in
know
doing that.
teachers form like a chunk of the government payroll?
Look, do you know
What
what
they are
do you know what a motivated teacher can do for you,
But that's not the only way to motivate them.
Massa? Money be the
Teachers,
teacher.
they motivate themselves in
How?
many ways that you can imagine, my dear sister.
Or you can limit that to even the teachers in the rural areas.
Yeah, that
That's a-
yeah.
Oh,
As
that,
way
that
to,
makes sense.
you
You
know-
know, I always say, like, you need them there.
Yes, because
that would be a proper bush allowance, not the
but,
one.
but
they
even,
do
even, even that, some will argue that why won't you ensure that they have the proper systems there? I mean,
Yeah.
social amenities that
Yeah.
they can
yeah,
feel
no, if you,
comfortable
no,
working
yes,
there.
so the allowance and then the amenities
bungalow.
and then the people, then it will be easier for them to move there because you imagine moving from Accra? Look at these people moving from
the way
Accra.
he said the bungalow. No?
Let's focus. Are you done? Read your quotation. Let's go.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh, I can't see the quotation.
Oh,
I
I'm
mean-
coming.
I mean,
No,
I
and
have
then
a-
I think
I have a
I
Bible.
remember. So the democracy, the police acted with decency, says Alan Cass, by criticizing judiciary for abusing judicial discretion to grant bail.
Okay.
That's the complete one. So that's coming from Alan Cass. And Ephesians, the quotation for this morning, Ephesians 4 Muma. So that's Ephesians 4:25. Ephesians 4 Muma.
Please go ahead.
Ephesians 4:25.
All right.
All right. Therefore, each of you must put off falsehood and speak truthfully to your neighbor, for we are all members of one body.
Amen.
Right? So we should be truthful to each other
Yes.
because we are all members of one body.
This is the word of the Lord.
Yeah, so we are neighbors in the eyes.
In the Kremaya.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
You're done.
that is it for the Chronicle this morning.
All right. Okay. Let's go to the various portals. We'll start with starfm.com.gh. Democracy Hub demo. Lawyers in darkness over accused. They are preparing bail applications for High Court this week. Other stories here. EC to live stream IPAC meeting on Tuesday, which is today. EC predetermined the candidates on the ballot paper. That's Dr. Sam Ankra. And I think he's reacting to the disqualification.
He didn't make it.
Did he make it?
He didn't.
It's confusing. Maybe he made it. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. I will have
Yeah,
to
but
check.
he
No,
was
he
on
didn't.
campaign trail.
No, he didn't.
So he wasted the time on campaign trail.
Masa.
Can you see that?
Hey, GFA receives money from government. Ketokriku reveals. Parliament to resume from recess October 15.
Yeah.
You'll be busy again. Your vacation is
won't be
over.
that busy. It's just a few drama here and there. They are all fighting for their survival. Nothing happening.
Majority of them are fighting for the
Yeah.
survival there. Okay. All right. I'm done with the starfm.com.gh here.
City Newsroom, Musa Dankwa is back again. So election 2024, Mahama leads with 51.1%, as Baumia trails at 37.3%. That's according to the Global Info Analytics. I like the way whenever there is one poll or survey that comes, then before Musa Dankwa will through.
Yeah, Musa Dankwa is going to be a one-touch.
Yeah, he
victory
says
for
it's
John.
going to be one touch. Yeah, there won't be any runoff.
Baumia
And
is-
that I agree. I agree that there won't be a
So
runoff.
he's saying Cheddar is the one putting sun in Baumia's garden in Eastern and Ashanti
Have you
region.
seen his stop in Ashaman?
What was he doing on the car?
He was sharing t-shirts and paraphernalia. And he would do like this. That's wrong.
Have you seen? Daddy, have you seen the video?
Hey.
If you haven't, I think you should.
In armored vehicles. He really shows up. And he makes
The way he stood on it,
Yeah.
look,
You know,
he's a solid content creator.
I think that
He's a content creator. Yeah, you're right.
what I think about it is that I think that he brings the fun to
Yeah.
the election. He brings the fun,
Mm.
and
So the fun is
you
into
know, I think that it's okay.
No, in
Oh,
fact, see,
okay.
when I put up a post on Facebook, I do that very often, political posts, not political posts, but usually some. You hear people come under the post and they indicate that they're going to vote for him.
That's true. But you hear people on the street
Yeah.
equally say so. Yeah.
It's serious. He
Every-
might
every-
just- he
everybody
might just
and
be able
what
to
moves
dislodge
them,
Yeah.
so.
Goom.
But he
might
bring
be able to
what I will not take away from him is the fun he brings to the election. I mean, where he says that if you go to the box when you enter the booth and you're voting, just look for the guy with the big hair. That's it.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, some of his policies. I mean, the one to the Chinese. Have you seen
When he
that?
says
Yeah,
that,
the
he
Chinese
said we
way.
can equally do some herbs, and they tell you that gives
No,
them
but that he almost, and many people watch it and they said that he almost gave out a business strategy. Probably might have been implemented already,
Yeah.
right? But you see, you don't do
I
it.
didn't know what to make of the video. I
It's
felt.
okay.
Anyway, it's fine.
Thank you, gentlemen. I'm grateful.
Oh.
Are you not done?
He hasn't even done the online stuff.
Stop Galamsey to protect public health. Breast Society of Ghana wants.
Oh.
Eh?
Yeah, Breast Society. of
Breast.
Ghana. Breast.
Enufoku.
Not the football club. Breast.
Okay.
As in
There's a breast society.
Human
Yeah, it's-
anatomy. Yes.
It's a group. They make advocacy for against cancer and
Okay.
support for
Cancer,
breast
yeah.
cancer victims.
Okay, that's fine.
Breast Society.
Okay,
Of Ghana. What are you thinking?
that's fine. Can you
Okay.
proceed?
That question should have come from Mutala or somewhere. No, you. Okay. Increment in utility tariffs won't help industrial growth. AGI to PURC. Parliament to reconvene at AICC on October 15. Yeah, the renovation works.
What kind of renovations is
We are
happening
changing
there?
everything. We are equally making room for Guan. The
Oh,
Guan
okay.
seat. Yeah,
So
we are adding
so I hope they will not bring back the Chinese chairs.
Yeah. The chairs are still intact. We are not going to replace the chairs. Probably just one. We just add one. Now, yeah.
The red carpet.
The red carpet, yes. You don't want it to return. Maybe they might do some wooden floor.
It makes
Hey, Charlie.
the
There might be
chamber
some
looks
room
like a certain
But we've
restaurant.
come far. Do you know that?
Very.
Do you remember the brouhaha surrounding the Chinese
The
chairs?
I remember.
Yeah.
Because of the chairs they used to have before they replaced it. We can't even remember. Hey,
Yeah.
Charlie,
We're told that
Times-
they've turned the chamber into a Chinese restaurant. somewhere.
times and seasons.
Times and seasons. We made a lot of noise, yeah. Remember, drop that chamber.
Drop that chamber.
Drop that chamber.
Drop that chamber.
Yeah.
Oh, we see some before.
Charlie.
Yeah.
It should just tell you that
If we forget quickly.
everything will pass
Yeah.
by the word of God.
Hey,
So for my
Proceed.
Hey, you Jack.
Proceed. Hey.
EC, okay, so that's it. And the teacher union suspend planned demonstration after meeting with education minister. I'm sure when they got the good news about the Alawa increment. Chiefs, people of Adomu Robi picket at Rose Ministry over poor roads.
Oh.
I saw the story yesterday. I was like, wow, that's that. So they actually boarded vehicles, moved from wherever they were, and then came to the ministry and to protest.
Yes. Ibrahim Alassan.
Yeah.
Are you done?
Final one. Mama promises 1 week paternity leave, extended maternity leave for women.
1 week.
Now, 1 week,
What the other?
Oh,
no. I mean, it should be 1 month, 4 months for women.
1 week
month
is
for-
too small.
1 week too small for we the men.
Yes.
But yesterday I was asking, so what if I'm not married and I have a child with A, child
That-
with B? Will I be entitled to one?
Paternity.
I can combine that to one month.
Nah. You can't. You can't. You go.
Are you listening to this guy?
Yeah. We and
I've impregnated 4 women.
No.
They've all given birth. They think I'm not entitled
we'll
to 1
inspect,
month.
we'll inspect marriage certificate. Hello. To be entitled to paternity leave.
No,
you
but
have to
paternity is
provide-
paternity.
No, paternity must be legal paternity.
He said it's not
you
what-
can't go about spraying.
It is not every money that we chop.
Yes.
Exactly, that's true.
And they will say Sikai be a fee.
Sika fi wo home.
Good question.
Yeah, but all the kota there you.
No, but some people can see immediately they get hold of it.
Yeah.
And immediately you do that, you know that you're digging your own grave.
Yeah.
So you're on your
Okay, gentlemen.
On that Houdinic note.
They are turning your show into a job refresh show. Look at some things they are discussing.
Thank you very much for joining me for the newspaper review segment. We'll be right back.
Beautiful.
With the first check.
Ribbon. This is a ribbon, right?
What ribbon? Ribbon.
Ribbon.
Ribbon. By this time.